Hey everybody, it's Hexa, and today we are vlogging my visit to the hospital. Frederick is here with me, but I'm not gonna film him because he'll be mad. We are going to the hospital today to hopefully do an MRI and figure out why I've been getting headaches for like the past 6 months. So I'm pretty nervous, but pretty excited. I don't think we're gonna be able to vlog very much because hospitals usually don't really let you film or take pictures for some reason. So we're gonna do what we can. Anything else to add? Nope. Okay. Well, we'll check in later if anything exciting happens or if we're actually allowed to film anything. I just came out of the machine like 5 or 10 minutes ago. It was not fun. 10 out of 10, would not recommend. It's such a claustrophobic experience, and I was just telling Frederick, it feels like you're in a coffin because like I thought that there would be more space between my face and the ceiling of the machine, but there's really not that much space, and it's just such a claustrophobic experience. I really did not enjoy it, but hey, now we will find out if I have a tumor or not. Yay! So it's somewhere after midnight now, and I'm gonna be going to bed soon, and I just wanted to check back in with you guys and let you know how it went today in more detail and just like kind of explain everything that happened while it's still fresh in my memory. There wasn't really a lot to vlog. There wasn't a lot that we were allowed to vlog or even could vlog because like cameras are probably not allowed in an MRI room. But I just thought I would like, yeah, let you guys know how it was and how it felt and what happened during the MRI and all that. So basically the reason why I got the MRI was because I've been having headaches since March. It's been a really long time and they just seem to be getting slowly but surely worse. And it could be like a number of things that's causing it. It could be a problem with my neck or spine, but it could also obviously be like a brain tumor or an aneurysm or something really bad in my brain. And I've just been worrying about that possibility a lot, and I wanted to make sure that that was not the case. But I also saw a TCM doctor who did find some abnormal something in my neck, and he ordered the MRI for my neck. So basically what I figured was if I'm gonna get an MRI for my neck, I might as well also get an MRI for my brain at the same time. The doctor that I went to see today agreed with that, and he said that, you know, it's a good idea. He clearly saw that I had done my research and I knew what was going on, and he okayed the brain scan as well. So when I went in for my appointment today, we knew that we were gonna do the neck MRI because the doctor had already requested it, but I had to talk to another doctor to get them to okay the brain MRI, which they did, which I'm really happy about. Sometimes for MRIs they have to use a contrast dye. It's basically something that they inject which will help show like the structures in your soft tissues a little bit better. Fortunately, they did not have to use that because the contrast dye can tend to have side effects, which are sometimes, not often, but sometimes can be quite severe. Like people have had allergic reactions to them and stuff. And that was definitely one of the things that I was really, really hoping I wouldn't have to get because the MRI is scary enough by itself, but then like having something injected into me that could potentially cause a severe reaction also just was like adding to the panic about it. But what the doctor told me is that they will do this initial scan without any contrast agents, and if they find anything that looks suspicious, or if they need another scan. You know, if they find any abnormalities, then they will do another scan with the contrast dye to show the issue more clearly. Okay, so on to the actual MRI. My boyfriend came with me because I've read on the internet that you can have like a person that you know inside the MRI room with you. Obviously they have to be like fully scanned for any metal. You are not allowed to wear any metals in the machine or in the machine room. So you know, if you have like any metal implants in your body, you have to tell the technician and everything. I don't have any implants with any kind of metals in my body. I have one filling in my tooth, and that is ceramic. So is it ceramic? Is that what they use? It's not metal. So I was good, and I wore all cotton clothing. If you don't wear cotton clothing, they will put you in one of those like hospital gowns, but I had done my research and I knew that I had to be in something with no metal at all, so like that's what I wore. But I guess policy depends on the hospital, and different hospitals have different policies. This one did not allow anybody else to be in the room, so my boyfriend wasn't even allowed in the technician's room, so he basically just waited for me in the waiting room outside. He was still only like 10 meters away from me, so in my mind that was like a reassurance, like my person is close by if anything happens or if I freak out. And then they sat me down on the bed. It's kind of like a stretcher. I don't know, it's just like a narrow bed. They sat me down, they talked me through the process, they told me I'm not allowed to move. They even said that if I need to like swallow my spit, I should swallow it slowly. So apparently the machine is like really, really sensitive to movement, and you're not allowed to move at all. And they gave me like those little squishy things that you put in your ears, you know, you get them on airplanes. They're just like earplugs because the machine is very, very loud. And then they lay me down, and because I was doing a brain scan as well, there was an additional piece to the machine that had to be put over my face. It wasn't like touching my face or anything, but it was like just around my head. It was like a cage around my head. It was like maybe this far from me. And it's, I don't know, it's just like it's a claustrophobic experience in and of itself, but then having this like cage over your face makes it worse. It's basically just like a piece of plastic down the middle where your nose is, and like a piece of plastic across your forehead and across, I don't know. I don't remember what it looked like, but like I could see through it. It wasn't like completely like blocking my vision. It was just a few pieces of plastic over some basic areas of my head. So you lie down, they put the thing over my face. Some hospitals apparently have a two-way intercom, so the technician can talk to you and you can talk to them, but this one didn't. Instead, for communication, they just gave me like this little thing, this like little ball that I could hold in my hand, and he said if I feel any discomfort, or if I want to be removed from it, if I panic, if I want to ask a question, if anything happens, I just squeeze the ball and it would make a really loud sound in the technician's room and alert him to come in and get me out immediately. Fortunately, I did not need to squeeze the ball, so that was good. But so after he lay me down in the bed, the technician manually pushed me into the machine at first, and like I immediately panicked and was like, I can't do this, get me out. Like I was in there for 2 seconds and I was like, nope. And he like pulled me back out and was like, are you okay? Do you want to do this? If you don't want to do this, it's okay, we can cancel it, we can take it off your medical bill, and I just like kind of calmed myself down. He gave me a little pep talk and slid me back in. I think to me it was just like I needed some reassurance that I could be taken out of the machine, you know, like that I could get out. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I found it easier to calm myself after I had been pushed in and pushed back out, so that I knew that it was easy to remove me, and if anything went wrong I could easily get out. And also I was scared because I thought he was gonna push me the whole way in, which I feel so bad for people who have to do a full length MRI, because in that case I guess they would push you the full way in, and the deeper in you get, the more claustrophobic it is. They were scanning only my brain and my spine, so I was pushed in until like maybe like just the top of my thighs. It was only my upper body that had to be in the machine. So if I put my chin down like this, I could still see the opening of the machine, and like see the window looking into the technician's room. I don't know, it's a very scary experience. Like I said earlier, it literally feels like you are in a coffin. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. It's like the ceiling is like this far away from your face, and you would think that that's a lot of room, but it's really not. It was just really uncomfortable, like a very like just claustrophobic feeling, like you're just suffocating and you're trapped. Not fun. 10 out of 10 would not recommend this experience. They gave me a blanket. They like put a blanket on top of me, just like over my chest and legs, because it was quite cold in the MRI room. And then the technician pushed me in, left the room, and a couple minutes later I heard through the intercom that they were going to begin. And when they start, there's like some tapping noises, like clicking sounds that come, and it kind of just sounds as if somebody is tapping with their fingernail on the outside of the machine. It's not very loud, and I guess that's like the warning sound, or the signal that warns you that the scan is about to begin. But then like when they're actually doing the scan, there's a variety of different kinds of noises that I heard. Some were like blaring alarm sounds, kind of like in movies when like a ship is sinking or something terrible is happening. It's like that but like really, really loud. Even with the earplugs in, it was extremely loud and my ears were hurting. For some reason I heard it on my right side more than my left side, so I think I must have like put one of my plugs in better than the other. At one point it started sounding like dubstep to me. It's a really weird experience because you literally have no way to communicate. You can't ask any questions. You have nothing to do. You have no like clock or anything, and your time perception just completely disappears. At some point into the scan, I started thinking, like, how long have I been in here? Feels like it's been about 10 minutes. What if it's been like half an hour and I'm gonna get out of here soon? And then I started thinking, no, don't think that you're gonna get out of here soon, because then if they don't take you out of here soon, you're gonna start panicking, you're gonna start freaking out. So I was like, okay, let's just say I've been in here for 10 minutes. And then at some point I like gave up on even trying to estimate how long I'd been in there. I tried to like meditate for a while just to kill the time and to try to calm myself. I was going into like, not like falling asleep, but you know how when you're about to fall asleep and you're just having like thoughts racing through your mind, and at some point your thoughts turn into dreams, like they kind of slip out of your control. It was something like that. It's a very weird like trance-like state that you end up entering once you've been in there for such a long time that you have no idea how long you've been in there for. and you literally have nothing to do other than just think. So I mean, I don't know if this is what it's like for everybody, but for me it was definitely like a very weird, meditative, trance-like experience, because like obviously I was trying to keep calm. I didn't want to like have a panic attack and have to exit the machine and not get scanned. So I did everything that I could to just remain calm. At some point, like about halfway through, there was my technician that I met was male, but I heard a female technician talk to me through the intercom and tell me to stop moving. Apparently I was moving, but I was like, I was trying so hard to be still, but like I guess my neck tends to twitch and shake a lot by itself, and apparently I was bothering them, so I tried to like stay more still. It's really hard because like you don't have a pillow or anything, it's just kind of like a hard surface under your head. Not like there is a thin pillow, kind of like a yoga mat type of thing, texture underneath your head, but it's really not thick and or fluffy or anything, and it was quite like hard to keep my head straight and not moving, because it was like, you know, I was trying to find a part of my skull that I could balance my head on that was comfortable. But yeah, that was about it. That was all I had to say about the whole scanning process. And then they, you know, the technician came in, pulled me out of the machine. He made sure that I got up slowly, because by the time you've been in there so long, all of your limbs just feel like they turned to stone. Because I wasn't allowed to move anything. Like the most I did was like flex my fingers and toes a little bit, but other than that I didn't really move at all for the entire like 40 minutes or so that the scan took. And by the time I was getting out of it, the technician was like, okay, move slowly, because you do kind of get like very frazzled, and you know, it's like waking up from a really long, hard nap. So yeah, I got up slowly, put my shoes back on. When I was leaving the room, I saw the technician's screen, and I saw like this side image of the entire inside of my head. And it looked so bizarre. It was really, really weird to just like see my head like that. And yeah, they just walked me back out, sat me down next to my boyfriend in the waiting room, and signed me off to leave. The results should be coming in within 3 working days, as they said. So we got this, today's Saturday, we got the scan done on a Saturday, so they said sometime between Tuesday and Thursday they will have the results ready, and will make another appointment for me to come in so that they can walk me through whatever they find. So I will give you guys another update and let you guys know what they said, and if they found anything. It's a really weird feeling, because like, you know, on the one hand, obviously I really, really hope that there's nothing wrong with me. Like, I think if I had a brain tumor, actually, I would be devastated. But on the other hand, I also just have this nagging desire for them to find something, so I can just be like, I told you so. Like, I told you there was something wrong with me, because, you know, it gets frustrating after a while, because I've been having these headaches for such a long time, and all of my doctors and everyone I know just keeps telling me it's just anxiety, it's just anxiety, and I keep being like, no, I know myself, I know my anxiety, I know anxiety can make me a little bit dizzy, I know anxiety can make my heart race, but these symptoms are not anxiety, and you know, I get them even on days when I'm not feeling anxious. So yeah, hopefully it's nothing serious. Definitely there is something to do with my neck that's happening, so hopefully it's just the neck, and then I can go to my acupuncture sessions and my Chinese massage sessions and physical therapy or whatever I need and get that fixed. And then I should be back to normal and fully functioning, but we don't know exactly what the results are yet, so I will talk to you guys again when we do get the results. For now, thank you for listening to my super long story time rambly description of of what it was like to get an MRI. So yeah, see you guys next time whenever we have any updates. So it's been a few days. It's been 4 days since I went and got my MRI, and today I got my results. They emailed it to me, so I didn't have to go into hospital, which was nice. And it's very scary. Like, as soon as I got the email, I panicked completely. Like, I was gonna send it to my boyfriend for him to read it before I read it. Cause, you know, like, either it's like an email that's either gonna tell you that you're fine, or it's gonna tell you that, like, there's something wrong with your brain and you're gonna spend the next however much time of your life getting brain surgery and scans and chemotherapy and whatever. So it definitely was very scary, but fortunately there's literally nothing wrong. They said there's no anomaly at all with my brain, and there's no anomaly with my spine. Which is interesting because the TCM doctor clearly said that there's definitely something wrong with my neck, which is kind of my spine, and I'm pretty sure they were scanning the neck as well, so that's weird. But according to the MRI, my neck is fine, my spine is fine, my brain is fine, everything's fine. And I'm really happy about it. And I know this is gonna sound like super complainy, but I am happy about it, and I'm very relieved that nothing seriously wrong is happening, because I'm sure I would be having a lot more anxiety and feeling a lot more terrified if there was something wrong, because in hindsight, brain surgery is definitely a lot more scary than just having a basically harmless anxiety disorder. I mean, it's not harmless, but it's physically harmless, at least. It's a weird feeling, because I'm relieved to know that there's nothing wrong, but at the same time, I think whenever you're in pain, you want somebody to acknowledge that and to be there for you and to, you know, like, treat you like you are in pain and take care of your pain and make your pain go away. But because my headaches and my dizziness and everything are nothing that can be explained, I feel like nobody is really acknowledging my pain, and it gets really exhausting just being told over and over again it's just anxiety, because it doesn't feel like it's just anxiety, and maybe it is, and if it was just anxiety, if it was just the anxiety itself, I would be more okay. If it was just the pain itself, I would be more okay, but it's the fact that it's the anxiety and the pain together, because the anxiety makes me think that the headaches are something worse than they are, and the headaches make me more anxious about going out and doing anything. So those two paired together just kind of work in unison to become this really debilitating thing. And clearly, if the headaches and the dizziness and everything are purely anxiety induced,
which is entirely possible, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to like work through them. And it's really hard to motivate yourself to willingly go through pain and anxiety and just terror. But I think I've realized something, and that is that action is the only way to cure anxiety. Because anxiety is formed within the amygdala, which is a part of your brain that does not respond to conscious thought. It is the part of your brain that controls your adrenal gland. It pushes all your little adrenaline buttons, and it is your instincts, your animal instincts, your fight or flight mode, and the amygdala cannot alter its state of being simply because you logically know in your mind that you are not in danger. You have to actually show your amygdala that you are not in danger by putting yourself into the situations that it perceives as being dangerous repeatedly until you manage to retrain that subconscious part of your brain. And throughout this whole process, I've been getting a lot of advice from a lot of different people. First of all, me, right now, I'm now that it's not congenital heart disease, it's not blood clots, it's not a brain tumor, it's not a spine problem according to the MRI, it is a neck problem according to the TCM doctor, so whichever one of those is right. So like obviously I can now like go out on another limb and think it's something else and say, well, it could be hypoxia or hypoxemia or whatever it's called, like oxygen shortages to the tissues. It could be that my symptoms are there. It could be a lack of oxygen, but logically it probably isn't. And, you know, I can't just go through the rest of my life blowing through my insurance money, getting tested for literally every single disease under the sun until I can find something to explain my pain. Like, at some point I have to entertain the possibility that it really is just all in my head, which is definitely really difficult because anxiety does not stay in your head. It is not just something you think in your mind. It is not just your feelings or your emotions. Anxiety makes your heart beat faster, it makes you nauseous, it gives you diarrhea. Seriously, if I have a panic attack, I'm gonna be shitting myself that day. Did I mention nausea? I forget. It gives you headaches, makes you dizzy, gives you heart palpitations, all kinds of stuff. Makes you feel cold, makes you feel hot, gives you chills, gives you shivers, it makes your hands shake, all kinds of stuff. It's a very like physical thing, and so it's difficult to accept that all these physical things are being caused by something that is in your mind. And that's something I want to talk about more, maybe in a future video about anxiety, because I think that's something that a lot of people just don't understand. It's impossible to grasp fully how much anxiety dominates your physical body if you haven't been through it. But if you've ever been in a car accident, or even when, you know, something falls suddenly and you get that kind of like jolt, that start. Imagine those moments just happening, those feelings, that surge of adrenaline, that skipped heartbeat happening every day at random times or over really simple, everyday, normal, completely harmless activities. That is anxiety. That is your body being on, you know, in emergency mode all the time. And I was talking about the differing pieces of advice. So my psychologist tells me to eat better and drink more water. My cardiologist, who's also acting as my GP, tells me to go to a psychiatrist and get medication. My psychologist is telling me not to take medication. I don't want to take medication. My mom doesn't want me to take medication. And it's not because I have something against medication. I fully believe that anyone who needs medication or who is helped by medication should take it. I personally just don't want to, because I don't want to get physically addicted to something, and I don't want to deal with the physical side effects or the mental side effects. SSRIs are a type of antidepressant that is often prescribed for anxiety, but SSRIs, when given to depression patients, are known to occasionally make depression worse. And right now I don't have depression, but I have a history of depression, and quite frankly, I would rather have anxiety than depression. So I'm not going to take SSRIs and risk that they make my depression come back, because that would be a shit show. I am not a good person when I am in a depressed state of mind whatsoever. That is not me. This is not me either. Me with anxiety and me with depression, neither of those are me. And I just want to get back to being me. Hopefully this whole MRI thing puts me at ease enough that I can like move on with my life and pursue the next phase and the next step, the next treatment plan, whatever it is. But yeah, this was an MRI video that turned into an anxiety video. A little bit of both in there. Hope you enjoyed. If you guys have any questions about anything that I talked about in this video, or if you want me to elaborate on anything, if you want to do an anxiety Q&A, I could arrange something like that, maybe on Twitter. I doubt a lot of people will see this video, but if a lot of people do see this video, let me know in the comments. If you want to do a Q&A, you can ask me as many questions about anxiety as you want, and I will answer them. Keeping in mind that anxiety is not universal for everyone. Everyone has different symptoms, everyone has different types of anxiety, different triggers, different things that work for them, different things that don't work for them. I know some people love deep breathing, other people hate it, and other stuff. But I think that would be something interesting to do. I mean, that's about all I had to say, really. So, in the meantime, according to all of my doctors and all of the recent tests I have undergone, I am not dying, contrary to my beliefs, which is good. I am glad to not be dying. Now let's try to focus on no longer thinking that I'm dying, which is easier said than done. Again, logically, rationally, I know I'm not dying. My amygdala thinks otherwise and decides to remind me of that 50 times a day by giving me random bursts of heart flutters, chest tightness, and difficulty breathing, followed by multiple different kinds of gastrointestinal issues as well. But hey, I'm improving. I've been drinking more water. I've been trying to reach my calorie goal. I usually only get halfway to my calorie goal, but it's better than nothing. And I have gained a little bit of weight, which is good, because I'm too skinny, so I'm trying to gain weight. Hopefully having a more solid body will give me a more solid immune system, and hopefully a more solid immune system would also help my mental state, because sometimes if you're physically not healthy, your mind goes into this like hyperdrive. But again, I'm not like, maybe I have some vitamin deficiencies, but I don't have anything gravely, terribly, horribly wrong with me that's going to like make me drop dead like that at a second's notice. So that is one thing I can stop being concerned about. Next step, eat even better, drink even more water, start exercising, do yoga, meditate, take your vitamins, essential oils, candles, crystal therapy, massage, acupuncture. I still will go to acupuncture and massage sessions at some point because I do think that those can help both with my mental state and with whatever mysterious neck problems were detected by the TCM doctor and not by the MRI. Medicine is a mysterious world. Anyways, ooh, tea. I was going to drink tea in this video, like, you know how like some people do like tea vlogs or coffee vlogs or stuff like that? I'm gonna do that. So let me know. Occasionally I could do some Q&As and drink a cup of tea while we do our Q&As. This is the only way I've been getting my water in. Currently the only caffeine-free tea we have in the house is peppermint, which is great. Peppermint has always been my favorite tea since I was little, but peppermint, too much any mint can like kind of fuck up your stomach. So I've been waiting for payday so that we can order some more different types of caffeine-free tea for me to drink. Fun fact, there's a common misconception that tea actually dehydrates you. This is not true. Caffeine dehydrates you. So if you drink caffeinated tea, too much of that could be an issue. So you don't want to be getting all of your hydration out of caffeinated teas because it's not going to work. But if you drink herbal teas with no caffeine in the middle, that is perfectly fine, and it's probably even healthier than just regular water because they have different antioxidants and stuff depending on whatever it is that you are drinking. So my personal favorites are, this is the Dilma peppermint tea, and then Twinings. My mom says it's Twinings, I think it's Twinings. Which one is it? I don't know, but they have a, what's it? Tea that is chamomile, vanilla, and honey, and that one's really, really nice. It has just this wonderful vanilla scent to it that's just amazing. And then another huge favorite of mine is the Bigelow Sweet Dreams tea, and I forget what different herbs are in that, but it's a blend of a lot of different things, and it's really, really yummy. I think it makes like a nice reddish, purplish kind of color. There's some flowers in there that are bright red, and they're very pretty. Why am I talking about tea now? Because tea vlogs. It's really late. What time is it? Okay. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, so I should be going to bed. I had fixed my sleep schedule at some point, and for some reason now I've been slipping and just slowly going to bed later and later. Another thing that my therapist has told me to fix, so I guess filming at 3 in the morning is not the best plan of action for that. But anything for my loyal subscribers. I'm really tired. I get really weird when I'm really tired. Anyways, thank you guys for listening to my rambles and for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and it gave you some information. Again, I tried to do an outro and then yeah, deja vu right now. I tried to do an outro like probably 5 or 10 minutes ago, didn't I? And then I got sidetracked and just kept talking about tea. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below, tweet me, or whatever you want to do. Just get in touch with me somehow. I'm available on all of my social media. I don't check my Facebook messages quite as often because I don't get notified about them very well, but I will check my Twitter and Instagram messages, so you can message me there, and I always read my comments, so you can leave me any notes or questions down there as well. that's about all I have to say for this video. Yeah. Outro. I forgot how to do an outro. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat for more, and you can donate to my Patreon down below to support me and my channel. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!